Okay, here we go. Hello and welcome to this video. Today I'm going to be talking about a portrait that I did in watercolor based on a photo from me from about 6 months ago. This is the final painting. It does look significantly different than me right now. No, my face is not this round. That was just poor anatomy. Yes, I'm wearing glasses now. I'm blind-ish. And my forehead is significantly bigger. And while the speed painting is running, I'm just going to be talking about everything over here. So first, the motivation for this piece. There was really 3 reasons why I decided to paint this watercolor portrait. The first reason was because it's kind of my New Year's resolution. This year, I don't really believe that it's a great idea to make 1 or 2 or 3 resolutions that span the entire year, just because I don't know what to commit my entire year to. But I do know that I can commit 1 month to working on at least a couple of things. So instead of doing 1 year-long resolution, I'm going to do monthly intentions. So for January, those intentions are to practice faces and bodies. The second reason I wanted to do this was to challenge myself. I don't normally paint portraits. I definitely don't normally paint portraits in this size. And when I do paint portraits, it's more illustrative or abstract. Definitely not in the realm of realism. And the last reason was I wanted to challenge other people. So this is a sort of selfie versus self-portrait challenge, which you can participate in if you want. I'm uploading this on Instagram and you can use a hashtag there, or you can upload a full-blown video on YouTube and send it to me. I would love to see them. So if your New Year's resolution is to challenge yourself or to step outside your comfort zone creatively more often and you don't normally paint portraits, this is a great opportunity to do something towards your resolution. Now that I've been talking for a little bit, we're really getting into the ugly phase of this painting. On a scale of 1 to 100, I would call the ugly phase about from 30 to maybe 80. The first bit in my process is sketching, and then the opening part of the painting where I'm laying down the base. And then there's quite some ugly phase where things just don't look good and it kind of looks like shit. After that, there's a bit of hope. Maybe this won't be shit. And then at the very end, there's like 5% of, I'm a god, this is a great painting, I love life, everything's gonna be okay. That's the finishing part, that's the finishing touches, and that's the part that I love the most. I think it's good to talk about what I really like about this painting. First of all, I love that I did this at all. I don't normally paint portraits, I don't normally paint at this size, and I don't normally paint in this style. So painting something, just sitting down and doing this was already a good step. And since it's part of my January intentions, I'm moving forward in a positive direction. And I think that's the best part about this piece. I can see some improvement based on the last realistic portrait that I tried to do. And based on how I learn and how I work, I know that the next portrait I do in a sort of realistic style will be even better. In fact, I think that any portrait I do, even in a non-realistic style, will benefit from me having done this exercise. Another thing I realized during the process of this painting that I would consider a positive is I don't want to paint realistic portraits. I actually don't want to paint realistic colors or realistic subjects, or basically I don't want to even be in the realm of realism. I like painting unrealistic portraits. I like painting unrealistic subjects. I like using colors that don't make any sense. So I think realizing that realism is just not the space that I want to be in is a good positive thing to come out of this painting. So taking off my I'm an artist and I love my work hat and putting on my art critique hat, there's a few things that I could have improved. One of which is the materials I used. The quality of paper and the type of paper should have definitely both been switched if I wanted to do this exercise again. I used a cold press paper and not a hot press paper. I also did this in my sketchbook and not on a higher quality paper, but you know, it's an experiment, it's okay. I think the final quality of the painting would have been improved had my materials been better. I should have definitely been using more wet on wet for this portrait rather than wet on dry. Some of the stuff ended up being really harsh or a little bit muddy because I had to go back and try to blur out some of the harsh edges. And I could have benefited from doing some thumbnail sketches just to get the colors down, but I'm just so impatient. So by now I should be working on some of the more final details. We're leaving the ugly phase and going into the nice phase, just like life. The finishing touches is always my favorite part. That's when I get to use really tiny brushes, colored pencils, ink, white ink, and during that part is where I really feel like things start to come together into a nice package. And in the end, I think it looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. So if you want to participate in the selfie versus self-portrait challenge, please do. I would love to see your work and see your faces. You can post it on Instagram and tag me at Lingard, or you can post it on YouTube and send me the video so I can go and watch it because I would love to. Let me find my face and then scroll over to the face swap. Oh, this is going to be fantastic. Yeah. Let me save that picture. Okay, that's terrifying. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please subscribe for more. This is so terrifying. This is not okay.